Welcome to High Level Barber Talk, the #1 talk show that empowers creatives to thrive in life and business. Each discussion is tailored around hair education, business, and personal growth. Host Larissa Diamond interviews different hair professionals, experts, and thought leaders. High Level Barber Talk is the comprehensive platform that sparks momentum, ignites creativity, and influences massive impact. Camron has a decorative background of success and versatility. He is living an intentional life of creativity and inspiration. At 23 years young, he is the owner of Chill 9 Clothing and a professional barber. Cam has inspired me and others to keep moving the needle and never doubt your inner desires or capabilities. Camron encourages developing entrepreneurs to remain true to themselves. As a Florida native, he is currently dwelling in Middle Tennessee. Let's welcome Camron, also known as Cam Blendz.
I know I'm about to learn something tonight. I'm always learning something from Cam, though, more than he may even know.
Yeah, that surprises me. I learned from you, so it's good. We're good.
That means a lot. That's what it's about, learning from each other.
Exactly.
All right. So with all that you do, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is your why? What keeps you motivated?
I really just wanted to make a name for myself and give myself purpose. I'm doing what I love, so it's never about the finances at the end of the day, the income or anything like that. At the end of the day, I'm doing what I love. And I started out with fashion, got into investing just because I found out I liked that, and then I got into barbering and became a master barber. So the why behind it is just trying to just give myself purpose and always bettering myself. And there's no limit to doing anything. So I don't believe in unrealistic goals. So anything I want to do, I'm doing it. So that's my why. That's my purpose.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. Okay, so our audience that's coming in to your journey right now, tell them the order. That's what I'm looking for.
The order.
Yeah, the order of your business.
Yeah, how I got into everything I do. 2016 is when I came out with a clothing brand, and I was 15, technically about to be 16 years old. So that's how it all started. Just some hats and a dream. So started out like that and got introduced into investing at a entrepreneur class or something like that. My senior year, that was you can just be a part of or something like that. So stumbled upon investing, and you can't do it until you're 18. And I kind of threw in money in stocks, and I did purchase a house. I sold it before, but it wasn't like actual home. It was just I bought the land basically, and flipped it for a little bit of money. So that happened at 20, and then I had a daughter at 22. So around 22 is when I decided I wanted to go to school to become a barber, and 23 I'm a barber. So that's basically that's how it all in short terms.
So your why is your purpose basically, and it's not a limit to it. It's just discovering yourself without putting limits to that. That's what's up.
The why for me, at least, it could be anything for anybody else. It could be a person, a place, a thing, but me, it's always been I just always want to be able to do something. I don't like being told no. And so if I'm a man, I want to cut hair, I'm gonna go cut hair. After this, who knows what I'm gonna do. If I want to go be a chef, we might go, open some restaurants or something. Mm-hmm. Who knows?
It sounds like you live outside of the box for sure.
Try.
And what is your advice for someone that is struggling with that? It's so easy to, because of how the world is set up, it's so easy to get boxed into this one thing,
I would say just try not to. I don't know. Like I said, I do try to live outside the box, so I don't try to follow the norm. So I think if you I said, put the fear aside. Let me just put that. Just put the fear aside. We're young. That's what it is. We could be young, and for a lot of people who are my age, they don't have kids, and that's good. So that's good for them because they don't have to. They have less to worry about. It's just you. So I can't be as risky as I was at 18, 19, 20 with my investments and jumping from career, trying to find a job. I mean, I have a career now, but that's great. But like, you know, at 19, owning the clothing line, I still had, you know, a little 9 to 5. I would jump from job to job because I don't like what I was doing. I wasn't scared to do that, because I had nothing to lose. So I think people need to realize that you don't have a lot to lose. There's not much to lose if you have nothing, you know? Like,
Yo, that's so real. No, that's so real. Like if
I
we was
mean,
to think of it in that way, it's like what's the fear for real? Because the people biggest fear is going broke. Okay, the worst is being broke. What do you do if you become broke? You're gonna have to work your way back up, you know, get a
exactly.
job. So that's people's biggest fear, I feel like.
I mean, even if you're thinking you're doing good, and you might be doing good, I don't want to set anyone's standards, you know, for them. But if you just have an apartment, if you don't own anything, let's say you just own a car and you're renting an apartment, the worst thing that happens is you can lose your car and your apartment. But like, that's the absolute worst. Are you really gonna jump off and quit your job right away? And if that's what you want to do, go for it. If you have something producing that income, but what's stopping you from trying to do more or trying something different? Because the worst that can happen is you lose your car, you lose your you know, but like that's if you go all in
All
and be,
in.
you know, don't have a plan and don't think about it. But I mean,
I was listening to Myron Golden. He's a speaker I listen to, and he was talking about how in life everything is like facts. So, like, say the fact in that situation is I lost my car. That's a fact.
yeah.
However, we as humans, we make that positive or a negative. So it could be a negative, boom, I lost my car, or it's a positive, boom, I lost my car. What did this teach me?
I would like the audience know this journey has not been a smooth one at all, y'all. I have lost a lot. It
Yeah.
wasn't just fashion design, investing, barbering. No.
Right. And thank you for sharing that transparency, Cam. You know how it is. We can see like the highlight reels and people don't be sharing the reel. And it's like, no, no, no. It was like some turns, it was some detours.
Yes, exactly.
It was some dead ends. So
Man,
what advice would you give to an aspiring artist looking to start a clothing brand? Just one piece of advice, what would you give them?
be yourself.
Period.
You said give them one advice, and I was like, I
Period.
feel like that's the one thing I feel like anyone can do. Like, just be yourself. Like, I'm not gonna tell you, oh, the research this. No, Google. Y'all find that on Google. You know how to do that.
Chat GPT.
Man, be yourself. Just be yourself at the end of the day. Be yourself. Everything will work for you. Me and Larissa did work together when she was cutting hair. Before she went big time. Um, so yeah, like you said, always be yourself, like behind the chair. So I mean, you know, always be yourself in whatever you do. And I think that's what helped me with my brand is I'm not like a lot of other brands. So it might have set me back at sometimes. It might catapult me forward, but I'm gonna always, you know, be myself and make, you know, and it works out for me. I'm here. I'm doing good.
Don't be afraid of individuality, y'all. Don't be afraid of original. You are the original copy. Like, own that. Own it.
There's 8 billion people.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some people that like you, I promise.
That part. Your vibe will attract your tribe. Have you heard of that?
No, but I'll use it.
Yep, for real, like your vibe will attract your tribe. And I look back in my life of times where I just wasn't me, like all in, you know, not my authentic self. And I look back at the group of people I was around. I look back at my environments and it reflected
Yeah,
the
100%.
opposite of what I was. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're wearing a mask and when you're not living your true self, it affects you in personal life and in business. Tell our audience the difference between trading and investing.
Investing is broad. Investing can be anything from like a business, real estate to stocks. Trading is like just stocks and commodities and stuff like that. Like you're buying and selling like digital assets basically. But I'll give you your 3 tips. Your 3 tips for investing because
Okay.
I feel like that'll help more people. So number 1, for me at least, all your investments should pay for themselves in the next 5 years. All your investments should pay for themselves in 5 years. I say 5 years because 4 years is what you usually go to school for, and then 1 year, you know, you're usually making your money. So you gotta give yourself 4 years to learn that skill, or give 4 years of that investment to work. the producer baby. It might happen sooner than later, depending on what the investment is. But within 5 years, it should be completely profitable. Like, and I said in 4 to 5 years, it should be paying for itself. But you take that with a grain of salt because like there's a lot of different investments. Tip number 2: make sure it's something you like. Don't
Okay.
care what like anyone else says, but like make sure you invest in like what you like. That can be like stocks, or when like you're choosing what to invest in. Like if you like, oh, I don't like stocks, then don't invest in stocks. Like that's okay. Like some people don't understand it, some people don't get it. So if you don't get it, if you don't like it, don't do it. If you want to buy houses, buy houses. If you don't. If you want to, just find what you like and then do it and go all in. I feel like it's really that simple with a lot of things. It's like just finding what you like and doing
Like
it.
he making it sound so simple. Like, yeah, just go with the flow. Just find what you like.
That's who I am. It's just like if I don't like it, I'm not doing it. Okay. And tip number 3.
3.
Tip number 3. This is a personal one. Invest as much as you can, as often as you can. But
Ooh,
don't, but
that's
don't, but
good.
don't, but the amount don't matter. So if it's only $10 every month, if that's what you can afford right now, that's better for yourself in 10 years than it will be, from down the road. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
was just about to ask that. Do you have to have a certain amount of capital to start investing?
oh no, not to start investing. It just like depends on what you want. Like if you want to start buying houses, yeah, of course you're gonna have to have income and like credit and all that. But like going and downloading the Self Lender app, which is a credit app, and you invest in something called I think it's a CDL, and it's a certified, not CDL, a CD. It's a CD. It's a certified deposit,
Uh-huh.
and you will make 4% on your money and build credit. It can be something simple as that, and all you have to do is spend like $20 a month, or $10 a month. The more the merrier, the better for you. But it can be something as simple as that, or it can be something as complicated as like buying a franchise of McDonald's. Like that. Investing is a big broad term, but yeah, you can start out with very, very little.
Yo, that was fire. So have you ever had a coach before?
No, no, I've never had like a one-on-one person, or like I've never paid for guidance or had guidance like that. Shout out to T though. I do have a mentor, but like I don't have a coach.
That's what's up. Tell our audience one more time how old you are.
I'm 23.
Ooh, that's okay. You never had a coach, and the knowledge that you've learned along the way, that's like self-taught, right? Most
Yes.
of it. What do you think about coaching or getting a coach?
Go for it for sure. I would buy a lot of courses. I'll tell somebody that like if like for you, I think you've had coaches, right? You've told me that you've had coaches, and I think that works for you. And for me, I think the courses are what works for me. So I think there's some people I do want to in a day, but I can't afford those people that I do want to like sit
We
down and like talk
You
to.
can, but the season is maybe not right now. You
Yeah,
can
not
though.
this season. Not this season. Whew, I wish. It's coming.
We're in the age of like seeking knowledge, and coaching. The reason why I asked you that is because it's not even necessarily a physical coach. Like I invested in a physical coach, and then you're talking about courses, but a coach can be a book. And I love that you said that, right? That can be
Yeah,
somebody that inspired you along the way. It could be an audio book, it could be a podcast. So I just want to inspire those people that maybe can't afford coaches. Cause yeah, those coaches that's up there, they definitely charging 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 bands. But
easy.
until you can afford those coaches, it's important to still enlighten yourself with the resources that's available. YouTube, university, but vet these people, right? You don't want to just be listening to anybody, but it's a lot of free knowledge out there, or a lot of discounted knowledge that we can use for our advantage, for sure.
Exactly.
I want you to imagine your 13-year-old self, because you're 23. Yeah. So when you were 13, where did you envision yourself to be right now? And are you?
No, not there. 13-year-old self will be looking at me like, bro, you so lazy, man. Why didn't you work harder? I definitely expected either to be like an athlete or definitely like famous, but I got more antisocial and
Famous
more
on what level? Art
like
like what?
I just wanted to be famous. Like I just wanted to do like YouTube or like act or music or something. I just really wanted the attention, and I just no, I don't really. I mean, don't get me wrong. I want to make like I said, I want to make a name for myself, but like
Uh,
I don't have to be like a YouTube star. Like I thought like I was gonna be like Jake Paul or something. Like in my head, like I really was like, I'm gonna go hard. Like I'm gonna work every single day. I'm gonna do something like that. Yada yada. Like I really thought I might be a rapper or something. I don't know, like a singer.
Yeah.
But yeah, 23. Like looking back at 13, yeah, he probably would have thought like, man, what this is totally different than what I would have thought I would have been doing.
There's something about antisocial. What did you mean by that?
Stage fright. Like, I can talk to people and I'm good at it, and I appreciate talking to everybody.
In the real world, once you start getting older, you notice what that means. Exposure means target, right? You're exposed. People see you. The light is shining. What do you feel like changed from 13 to 23?
That's a good question. What did change? What made me want to calm down? What changed that? 23-year-old me, I think it's because I want to make more of an impact to the people that matter. Like I want to be successful, and I want to be well known. Don't get me wrong. It's still in my head, but I don't have to have 1 million, 10 million followers. If I genuinely, if I had like 50,000 followers, but my personal life, I'm still hitting my goals and all that, but only like maybe once in a blue moon, someone recognized me. I know that like every time that person recognized me, I did give them an impact, and I did like, I did, even if it was just music. So I'm not saying those who don't have impact, but like at least I, gave them some value, or I inspired them somehow. So it's still, I feel like it's still going to mean the same, even if it was one person or 1 million. Like I think understanding it now is just like I don't need to be the one in a million.
Wow, that sounds like to me like you got clarity on what impact is, right? Impact may not be like the whole world knowing me. It's the few or the several that I'm able to impact, right? That goes a long way in the real relationships that you're able to build. That goes a long way. Look at T, our mentor, y'all. What's up, TT? Shout out to TT.
Hey, shout out to TT.
Dope Phase, Finish and Touch Barbershop. But look at T, right? T is a staple in the community, in his community, in our community, right? And I think that goes so beyond, right, of his reputation. That
he's gonna be known for generations.
Right?
He's gonna be known for a long, long time.
Yeah, just being under T, like as a mentor, like that changed my perspective on impact too. So just in those years that I've been there.
T is the definition of a local celebrity.
All right, tell our audience what type of apparel you offer and talk more about the name of your clothing brand.
I gotta be dramatic. Larissa knows I'm very dramatic all the time. I design and release streetwear clothing, I would say. I'm originally from Florida, and I grew up in Tennessee as well, so you can see that in my style, I could say. Chill 9 is the name. Shop Chill 9 Clothing. ShopChill9.com. At Chill 9 Clothing on socials. All social medias. The name really, it had a meaning when I started it. And now it's evolving to not having a meaning, to being me, if that makes sense. So, it's standing for create, hope, inspire, lead, love, and the 9 represents wisdom. Because if you look up what 9 means, it just means wisdom and mysteriousness. And number 9 has always been my favorite number, and that just happened to be what it meant. And now it's going on 7 years, maybe going 8 years of owning this brand and doing it. And locally, I people just call me Chill 9. Like that's my name. And I say it's me because it evolved from being such a simple, bright brand when it first started about positivity and very, very motivational quotes to becoming more of a designed brand and actually dropping more pieces to wear with a fit and just inspirational messages. So that's why I say now the meaning is just like what, like I don't no longer get asked what is Chill 9, because everybody, like I don't say everybody knows what Chill 9 is, but like when they see it, it's just a brand. The brand makes sense. I branded it well now to where you don't have to have a meaning. You don't ask what Nike means. You don't ask what Hollister means. You don't ask what PacSun means. Do you even know what PacSun means?
No.
Okay, exactly. I know what it means. I ain't gonna tell you.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but from what you just explained, it's like Chill 9, right? It started off as your clothing brand, like you had what it meant behind it, but it evolved into it's a part of you.
Yeah.
and you don't have to separate it. And now it is just what it is. And
Yeah,
like you
just the brand.
established that name. So that's dope.
And I think I got to a good point of understanding marketing and understanding human nature to where they look at it and don't ask what is Chill Nine. They kind of understand like it's a brand. Like you don't ask what Gucci is, you don't ask what Louis Vuitton means, you don't ask what Dior means. Like you don't ask none of those brands what it means. So when you ask a brand what does that mean, I took it very disrespectfully.
Oh,
So
really?
not even in a bad way. Not saying like, oh, what does it mean? But when I first started, oh, what does Chill Nine mean? Like it's like why does it have to mean something? Like
why do we have to put like a label tag on everything? I think we do that though as humans because like, everyone wants it to make sense for them.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. When it's so small and personal, it makes it always. I want to say I take things personal. That's how I get. I feel like I get good at things. I like taking things personal. That's how I got good at cutting hair. I feel like very quickly is that when I was at a shop where I had 3-4 excellent barbers next to me, so I couldn't be a terrible barber. But like if people look at me and say, "Oh, you're new, you can't cut," so it's just like I take that very disrespectfully. Like, oh, like like so what does that mean? It's like I always know. You go shopping, you don't know what that brand means. If it's in the store, you buying it. You know what I'm saying? You taking it serious. Why don't you take me serious? Just because you know me, it ain't gotta mean nothing to you. Do you like it or not? Go on. Like that's how I feel. Like to give yourself credit when credit is due. Like you gotta know your worth. Like if you're selling a jacket, if you're selling if you sell those glasses, right, and your brand was,
diamond shades,
right? And I kept asking, what does diamond shades mean? But you see me wearing some Nautica sunglasses. Do you even know what Nautica is? Okay, then. See what I'm saying? Like all these brands that matter to us in our heart.
Right, exactly.
When you see these brands out in public, it means something to you. Everyone knows this.
Yeah.
It means something to you. When you see Gucci, subconsciously, like, oh, it's nicer. Yeah. Than when you just see, when what I'm saying? Like, you see these things in your head, like, oh yeah, Jordan's this, that. Yeah. You're seeing this and it means something to you because they established it. You don't have to ask, what does it mean? Why does not? Yeah. You don't have to ask. Yeah. Keeps doing that, but it keeps like what does it mean? You don't have to ask all that questions. Like,
you just like it, you like it, you get it, or you move on.
Yeah, basically. So I wasn't saying that was disrespectful, but when I started it, I kind of took it like every time I try to sell a shirt, I'm like, well, what does it mean?
This is my advice from a more seasoned OG. Nah, I ain't that much older than Cam, but he try to act like I'm just so old. I'm old enough to be his auntie, anyways. This is advice, and honestly, it's easier said than done what I'm about to say. But one thing that stood out to me, I heard everything you said, but the taking it personal, and again, when you take it personal, I see how you said that fuel you, and it actually makes you a better person. However, in this world that we're in of serial entrepreneur, of creativity, that can also be your biggest enemy, because taking things personal from people, again, that don't even understand. Somebody may ask you that and they don't even understand the concept of like what they ask. So in your eyes, you could be like, what you mean, what it mean? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But yeah, I just feel like it's easy to take stuff personal. Definitely when you're sensitive, when you're an artist, when you're creative, but things are thrown at us like 24/8. So it's kind of like, don't allow that to deprive you of your energy. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to stuff, definitely when people do that, they're not even in the right mindset when they say it. Like, we take it a different way than what they actually mean. I hope that makes sense.
Don't let me say taking it personal means I get very upset. I don't get upset. I hold it in my head because like I know what I'm going to be, and it's kind of like that Kanye thing, having belief in yourself until they see it. It's like, okay, you just don't see it yet. I'm gonna make you see it. So it's like when I said like, what does it mean? I'm like, why does it matter? Because like I don't respond in my head. I'm just thinking, okay, it ain't gonna matter what it means. Like you don't see it. Then you're like, dang, what does Chill Nine mean in 20 years when it's still popping? And that part, like I hold it like that because in my head that's how I don't get mad. Don't expect me thinking about anybody either. But
that part.
But I know that in order to be successful as an entrepreneur, you got to get to other people. So if I know other people are asking, what is this? Or why this? Why that?
Yeah.
Clearly, I'm not getting my point across better. Like I need to get my point across better. So you need to stop. I'm gonna get you to a point to stop asking these questions.
All right, he just said a lot, y'all. I know y'all gonna be replaying this episode like several times because he dropping straight fire, and a lot of it aligns with knowing thyself. Like you can tell this young man has did a lot of introspective work, and
Hey,
he's standing on who he is. Okay. Yeah. Do you have any regrets? How can we challenge regrets and use them in a healthy way to propel us forward? Right, because regrets keep so many amazing, gifted, talented people in mental bondage. That's what I like to say, right? Because it's mostly regretting a thing or a situation that has happened, but our mind keep replaying that event or it should have been, it could have been, it would have been, and it's not, right? And it deprives us of the present moment.
that's perfect. You just said it perfect. It could have been, it would have been, but it's not.
That was
So
off the
stop.
dome too. That was
So
off
it could have went, it would have been. So stop. It could have went, it would have been, but it's not. I don't have any regrets because that's how I live. I sound so stupid and cheesy, but I told myself young, don't have any regrets. I told myself all the time because I used to see in movies, oh, my biggest regret, my biggest regret. You always hear people talk about, oh, I regret this. I'm like, I don't ever want to have a regret. I do think I would have changed a couple things. I would say that is quote unquote a regret, but no, I don't regret anything because I feel like I haven't got the happiest I could have been yet. So there's not a point where it's like, and I can't speak for everybody else, but I always feel, everything can always get better, and there's always like a best of the best. And there's always like, there's always just something more to achieve. So like, there's nothing to regret because I'm the one who did everything. I did it. You take responsibility on what you did. Like you did it. You chose whatever you chose. I got in a car accident that changed the course of my life, and it wasn't even my fault. But I'm gonna take accountability for it because I decided to go get my key made for my house that day. That's the only reason I left that house. The reason I got in a car accident.
Oh, that's what. Okay.
The reason I left the house that day. The only reason I left the house that day was to go get a key made.
Wow.
I got in a really bad car accident. So,
oh Jesus, but you still here though.
I'm good, but I'm saying like,
but you're just saying like,
yeah, like take accountability of like, there's nothing to really regret in your life because things happen.
Yeah,
you did it. You chose something to get you to here. So hey, live and learn from it. Get better. Smile.
Being in acceptance with self, right? Again, like going against yourself, all of this like would have, should have, but it's not. That's wasting energy. That's wasting creativity into things that we can no longer change. So once you start embracing that, I think you embrace another level of self.
I'm so big on like, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. If you want to do it, do it. Now, obviously take that with a grain of salt. But like, obviously you got to pay taxes. You got to do certain things. Yada yada. But like, do you have to go to that job? I have to pay bills. That's not what I asked you. Find another one.
You about to start, right? We're talking about the Matrix. We're talking about the Matrix.
Not even the Matrix. Just like, I don't want to have to do this appointment. Well, do you have to? Well, not really. Oh, then don't. It's always that one like, I cannot do like. When if you do, then do. If you don't, then don't. Like it's not that hard. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like, disclaimer. Cam isn't telling y'all to go tell y'all bosses off and like listen, do what works for you. However, what he is saying is like you have more control over, you know what I'm saying, your reality and what you think you do.
Quit right now.
All right, boom. Listen. Explain financial freedom. What is financial freedom for you?
Having my investments paying for my day-to-day expenses, my day-to-day life. So that's like financial freedom, I'd say, for me. I feel like anybody else, I feel like it's just like, if you feel like you can do what you can do with your money and you're doing good and you're happy, then that's financial freedom.
Do you have a dollar amount that you would like to make in a year?
In a year?
Yeah. 10 million. Let's go.
I think honestly in a year,
I
definitely want to touch 1 million.
High five. Let's high five on the screen.
I just want 1 million to say I did it, and after that, it's just gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun.
It's just gonna be fun. It's gonna be whatever I do. Like whatever number I get to, it's because I worked hard and had fun with it. Like, you know.
That's how I want us to be now in the present as we're working on our first
Yeah.
because oh my gosh, when we step out of our own heads and you actually like look in your life, you like it is fun. We doing what it is that we want to do, and this is our journey. And today I had the pleasure of interviewing Camron. Camron, do you prefer Cam blendz, Camron Sheppard? What?
Call me whatever you want to call me, but don't call me late for dinner.
That's don't call you late for dinner. I call it Cam, but y'all know. Listen, go ahead and drop your website, your social media, and everything, so our viewers can keep in contact with you.
For sure, y'all. Y'all can get in contact with me at Cam the CEO on Instagram, or contact me through my clothing brand at Chill9 Clothing on any social media platform. You can email me at chill9clothing@gmail.com. My website is shopchill9.com. And if you want to book an appointment with me for a haircut, please book through my Instagram at Cam blendz, cam.blendz. Cam blendz.
Awesome. When I drop this episode, I'm going to make sure everything is linked so you all could just click on it easily. Again, I thank you all so much for tuning in. Be on the lookout for our next upcoming episode. And remember to envision, aim, and become. All right, y'all. Peace.
Wow, that's great. Look at that. You can edit this, but that was great.